Everything was perfect. And you can never, ever, ever improve on perfect. Look at this, folks. That's a market make and sell model, okay? I sold the high. I pyramided into the high. And I told you the narrative right here at 450. This is the post. And I never delete a post on X. Twitter posts never get deleted by me. I have the ability to edit a post. I never edit a post. My word, once it's placed in public, it's over. I have to stand on it. Failure or success, it is what it is. And you'll hear me talk about this, and I'll actually put the link in the comment section. So again, if you don't see it right now, just refresh the video and it'll be there. But that's perfect, folks. Getting in here and then aiming for the end wall low and saying it's not going to go lower. That's the high and the low of the day. And for the folks that really, really, really pay attention in the Twitter spaces, when I really like to jawbone and drop little breadcrumbs, I said that I know the weather the third week of June. I drop these little things in there because I want you to pick up on it. They're like little riddles. Knowing the daily high and the low before it ever forms. That sounds unheard of, doesn't it? But yeah, here you have the proof of me doing it. There ain't nobody walking this spinning rock that's ever going to replicate that. And I always throw down the gauntlet. If you can do this, you'll prove it. Prove it, just like I'm doing. Prove it. And they can't. They won't. They will never be able to do it. I don't care what you trade. I don't care what you make. I don't care how many contracts you move. I don't care how many accounts that you're pushing through these fake prop firm demo account things. I don't care none of that stuff. This is what matters to me. This level of understanding, this level of foresight. There ain't nobody else like that. There's no one else like that. And that's the facts. That's the truth. And if there was anything but the truth, somebody else. All the people walking around on this planet, not one of them can come out here and do what I just did. Right. That's what makes me ICT. That's what makes me ICT. When you see the execution video and you see where I placed my stop loss, that was me just simply pissing in the cornflakes of every troll. I do that on purpose. I do that just to show you all who's talking to you. So you think demo baller, you think the guy that rebranded everything. Find this in anything else. It's nowhere. It's never happened before. Like I said, you're living in a Gann moment. You're living in a Wyckoff moment. They're going to write books about what you're witnessing long after I'm gone. I'm a pioneer, trailblazer. And guess what, folks? I didn't earn this. I didn't earn it. This was gifted to me. And if you don't want to believe in God, that's your business. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this skill. I wouldn't know this, and I wouldn't have the foresight. No one can figure this stuff out looking at price. No one can figure this like this whole panorama of what I've outlined. It's not a sampling of this, that, and the other thing. This is the market. This is the absolute market. And you're begging me all the time. In closing, I'll say this. You're begging me to do this live so you can copy me. That's all this is. Every person that asks me to do that, I don't care if they make money or don't make money, they simply want to copy me. That's it. Who wouldn't? I would. If we were in a different position, like if you were who I am talking right now and I had this skill set and I was listening to you, I would beg and plead, please, I want to copy you. I want to make money. I want to do these trades just like you. And I said this on Twitter or X this morning. The reason why I don't do this stuff in front of you is because the prices that I'm trying to get, they're very specific. They're very specific. How many people follow me? You know, the last time I did a live stream, I had 15,000 continuous watchers, but it went up to 21,000. What happens if just, 10% of them 5% of them all try to get the same fill I'm aiming for. I'm probably not going to get filled. And a large degree of most of the other traders that are going to try to do the same thing, they're not going to get filled either. Because at every individual specific price level that I'm aiming for, there is not a limitless supply of liquidity at that price. Price will just move without me. So it'll distort or throw off or thwart my edge, my very specific element of entry. I'm going to make it handicapped by having all of you dogpile on it. And some of you actually might get the fill I'm aiming for, but I won't. And you've seen me trading with a live AMP account where my limit orders don't get filled. And I shared those publicly. Somebody else got filled, but I didn't. I wasn't wrong about the trade. I had to get out at a lower price instead of at the next to the near high, within 5 handles of the high. So it's not that I'm hiding from you. I could give two shits what anybody thinks, because nobody's calling it like me, and they sure as hell ain't executing like me. And I have thrown down the gauntlet. Come bring your shit, Mickey Mouse, because you can't do this. Nobody can do it. Nobody but good old ICT. I have proven it. I've documented it. I have literally laid down a trail that this all leads back to me. And that's the stuff that sounds arrogant. See, they take sound bites like that right there, and they forget all the stuff that led up to it. Oh, this guy's a narcissist. He's egotistical. No, I'm combating AI because there's all these Fruit Loops out there that are constantly talking nonsense, saying I rebranded Wyckoff. That's straight bullshit. Oh, you took this from that guy. You took that. Whatever I have used and grown as a trader, I've always credited. Larry Williams, you heard it tonight here, market structure, using long-term highs, intermediate-term highs, short-term highs. I look at the market through that lens. As a setup is forming, I'm not every swing high in market. I'm not doing that. When I'm looking at a setup that's about to develop hours in advance before the market opens up, then I'm going to start looking at the swing highs and swing lows and see, okay, does it really line up there? And the wonderful thing is long-term and intermediate-term highs and lows, they have SIBIs and BISIs in them. And I've said this before. You never hear that from Wyckoff. You don't hear about that stuff in anybody else's discipline. It's not there, folks. It's not there. Listen. It's millions of dollars. Millions of dollars is a bounty if you can find one of my PD array, as I teach it in any. It used to be find everything. No. Just find one. Just find one of them, how I teach it, in anybody else's bullshit before 1996. How about this? I'll make it even better. A shorter time span. Find it before 2016. How about that? You can't find it, folks. And all these people that say it, you simply turn it around on them and say, if he's rebranded it, show me his stuff somewhere else as he teaches it. Done. It's over. They'll clam up. And they'll just say you're a cult member. You're brainwashed. And they walk away with no $5 million in their pocket, that's for sure. So anyway, I had a lot of fun this week. I had a great deal of fun on Friday. And I think that if you are a very critical thinker that holds a firm grasp on common sense, you can clearly see that there's something here that's way beyond light years, way beyond everything else. That's it. There's nothing else to say about it. It's just simply technical science. And you're talking to the Dean of Glean, where it literally is being given to you gifted. Now, this was not Enigma. Enigma would smoke this. And my Enigma, not the stuff that these people are out there pretending they got. They can use my name with it, but they don't have Enigma. They didn't short the highs like this. They didn't call the high and the low. They didn't do that. They did not do that. You will never. Let me tell you something, folks. I could walk out in court any given day and do this. That's why I'm confident. That's why I'm absolutely borderline arrogant. Who's going to say I didn't do this? Who's going to say that I did not call this? Who's going to say that I didn't outline it and it delivered? And for some of you just showed up and started watching me on Friday, you know, you're gobsmacked because you can't reconcile what just took place. How that happen? How did you know that? Right. That's the question I want all of you to think about this weekend. If you're brand new, think about that. How could I know that? How could I know that? Because no fucking live streamers are out there talking about it. They didn't tell you what the high was going to be. They didn't tell you what the low was going to be. See, that's what separates me from the boys. I'll say, Price, you will not go past this. You will not do this. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Because some of you just don't know. But a long time from now, you're going to look back and figure it all out. But for some of you, it'll be too late. And the folks that are just simply here for the ride and you just want to learn how to do it and be part of the community and not be some douchebag that wants to look for some kind of argument or straw man argument, they're the ones that are going to succeed. They're the ones that say, you know what? I don't care about what anybody else thinks. I know I see something here that is beyond everything else in terms of precision, consistency, just real market wizardry. Real market wizardry. Market alchemy. Yeah, I take fear and greed and fear of missing out, uncertainty and confusion, and I take that and I turn it into precision. See, I understand when that market started rallying at 9:30 in the morning on Friday, that retail was thinking, it's going to go to the moon, baby. And I step right in front of it. Short, short, short. With a stop loss nobody can repeat. Nobody can trade like that. There ain't nobody. I don't give a flying fuck what you think you know, who you know, all that bullshit. You will never see another motherfucker do that ever, ever like that. There ain't one like it. There ain't one like it. And I've been begging. I have been begging for 10 years for some guy or some gal to come out here and show me that they're more precise than I am. And guess what? They don't. Why? Because they're in my fucking community taking notes.